USB drive keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. I'm running Debian 7.2 on an old late 2006 MacBook Pro. I've got two 4TB Seagate backup plus hard drives connected to it that I've got in a mirrored ZFS pool. Recently one of the drives died, and I received a replacement drive that I'm trying to add as a new mirror. However, I can't get it to resolver, as an error inevitably happens before it can finish. The problem is that this replacement drive seemingly keeps disconnecting and reconnecting within a fraction of a second. What I've found is the following messages being printed in the system log over and over. Sometimes this will happen several times a minute. Occasionally the messages get printed with a few seconds of each other. On other occasions this behavior stops altogether for several hours, or even close to a day. I sort of suspect, but have no proof, that it might be related to when the hard drive is under load. No other USB or I/O errors or other relevant messages are printed to syslog, and I don't know where else I can look for clues. The other drive doesn't have this problem at all, and has been working great since I got it. What I've tried so far: switching which USB plugs the drives are connected, to see if the other drive starts having this problem. So far it hasn't, but it's only been an hour or two. I've also Googled quite a bit, and found other people with similar problems, but none exactly like mine, and I haven't found a solution yet. Most people with this issue at least get some kind of USB error in syslog along with the USB disconnect message. Any help anyone could give me would be much appreciated. I don't really know how to debug a hardware issue like this. Update? After switching which USB plugs the drives are connected to, the message being outputting to syslog changed to USB 1 to 3, a reset high-speed USB device number 4 using ECI_HCD. I've confirmed USB 1 to 3 is the problem drive. So something is still wrong, but it's a slightly different wrong thing now. So far ZFS hasn't had any errors, hopefully it'll stay that way. Update 2. The resolvering has finished. However, I'm still getting the reset high-speed USB device messages. I tried switching around the cables between my two drives, but it didn't make any difference, so I think that rules out the issue being the cable. I've seen some evidence that upgrading my kernel might fix this, so I'm going to give that a shot. Update 3. Upgraded my kernel to 3.10, had no effect. Still don't know how to fix this.
This Seagate Backup Plus is an external disk enclosure, right? The disk might be okay, but maybe it's the enclosure's fault. Or the USB cable is bad. If you haven't changed anything else, kernel upgrade, since the older disk died, I'd suspect a hardware problem. Without attempting to import the disk to the ZFS pool, can you DD from the disk from start to end without errors?
Maybe the replacement drive isn't exactly identical and requires a bit more power. Disconnecting and reconnecting is typical for underpowered drives. Try to connect external power source if the disk's enclosure supports it.
It's over 2 years later, but I figured I may as well answer this question just in case anyone else ever has the same issue. It turns out that one of the USB 2 ports on this old MacBook Pro was not working properly. Not sure exactly what the issue was, but I ended up buying a USB 3 expansion card to get better speed out of the drives, and after using that both drives performed perfectly. This is the first and only time I've ever had a USB port actually be the cause of a problem like this.
I had a similar problem. I went for a hard solution, getting an internal SATA drive and no longer be at the mercy of USB issues. Perhaps this is also cost-effective for you, your time is valuable.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking